It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Meloni.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Keep in mind, you'll find this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, and this show is all about business ownership, entrepreneurship, people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay and regional community. So thank you for taking time out of your day on this early Tuesday morning, a rainy, soggy day out there in the Tampa Bay area, and also I'm going to have a little bit of a struggle getting through this one, so if you haven't noticed, my voice is a little bit off this morning. I'm woke up with a sore throat, so I'll probably, hopefully my guests will have a lot to say and everything. But as always, learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com, and you can find me on demand at all the different social networking sites as well. I'm over at Facebook.com/That Business Show. Twitter under Jamie_Meloni, and also on iTunes, search for That Business Show. And again, this show is a positive show. Take a break from all the political talk that dots the airwaves each and every day, both on and off the television sets and on the radios, I should say. And again, I just this show is all about people making a difference, and wanted to do something for the community and give back to the community. I myself am a business owner. I've been selling bank-owned properties for 8 years now. Started this radio show. It's been on air for about a year and a half now. Started as a real estate radio show, the Jamie Meloni Real Estate Show, and it's now morphed into That Business Show. And again, this is all about business owners and entrepreneurs. And you'll find the show on each and every morning at 8 a.m. and learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Also, please help support the show sponsors by clicking on the Preferred Providers page and sending them some business. And also on the homepage, you'll see the Guest Network. Just click on that, and you'll see all the show interviews of all the past guests that have come through here. And please feel free to contact me. There is no charge for making an appearance on the show to promote yourself. So please send me an email, jamie@TampaBayRadio.com. And also there is a contact form on the website. Just click on that, and you can send me a message through the website. Give me a quick pitch of what it is that you're doing and why you'd like to make an appearance on the show. And a lot of people are listening to the show, getting a lot of great feedback. I'm surprised when I'm going out and into the community and telling people my name. They're like, hey, you're the guy on the radio. So people are listening, and so get on the air and get your message heard as well. I got two guests lined up for the show. Let's start with Lynn Wise, expert contributor to the That Business Show here with Jamie Meloni. Lynn Wise is the founder and CEO of Wise Business Advisors and the author of her recently released book, Build It, Grow It, Sell It, 9 Steps to a Thriving Contracting Business. Lynn's business accomplishments include building businesses from the ground floor to profitable and successful businesses. Her management and leadership grew her plumbing and heating business by 300%, and she was featured in Hardwood Age magazine for her accomplishments. Lynn, welcome to the show today.
Hey, good morning, Jamie. Sorry you're having problems with your voice.
Oh yeah, man. I woke up this morning. I was like, oh my gosh. Luckily, it's getting better, but it's still kind of catching. I want to cough and everything, so it's kind of thrown off my flow this morning and everything. So if I sound a little choppy, that's why. I started feeling sick this past Saturday, but I usually don't get no more sick than a sore throat and a cough. I feel fine otherwise, but hey, the show goes on. I'm one of those guys that shows up to work no matter what.
Gotcha. I know you, Jamie. I know you're going to show up.
So, Lynn, let's start off with telling the audience a little bit more about yourself and about what Wise Business Advisors is about.
Sure. Well, Wise Business Advisors is about helping businesses understand what they have to do and showing them and helping them do it. And that means anything from a business plan, a marketing plan, a sales plan, and financial management of their companies. So I really provide what I call management on demand services for small businesses, and I do specialize and focus on contractors.
And your website, wisebusinessadvisors.com, this is where people can get some more information. And I know we've talked on the show in the past about the Value Builder Score, and so tell us a little bit about what the Value Builder Score is and how contractors can utilize that.
Well, and it's not just contractors, it's really small businesses.
Okay.
So when I share this information, it's really about what are the 8 key areas that a small business and a contractor need to have priorities and focus around in order to build real, true value in their business. And when I speak about value, I'm talking about building it as an asset, not as a job. So it's really building value in your business so that if you wanted to sell it, you could. That's the key point. If you don't, that's fine. You're building a valuable asset for a legacy transition. That's okay too. But building value in your business, putting the key areas as a priority and focusing on that. In fact, one of those that I'm focusing on in April is something called customer loyalty. One of the key aspects of Value Builder is being able, as a business, to demonstrate and document customer satisfaction from your customers and your clients. So April was, still is. I guess we're not through with April.
Just about. A couple more days.
We're almost there.
Yep.
Yeah. April is Customer Loyalty Month, and so I've been talking to my clients a lot this month about what is their customer experience strategy as part of their overall marketing plan.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Things that I'm focusing. Sure. No problem. So things that I'm focusing on are what are the way that the owner, the CEO of businesses are. How are you setting the culture with your employees, with your subcontractors in the case of contractors, with your suppliers about your strategy, your view, your focus on customers in your business. So I've been speaking a lot about that. In fact, I had a presentation last Thursday night at the NARI members meeting, which is the National Association of Remodelers in Clearwater. And a lot of contractors in the room, we talked about things that they could focus on from their businesses, from processes and people and products and policies that might be good stepping stones to get them to a place where they are demonstrating that culture of customer focus.
Now, with contractors, obviously, a lot of them focus on doing the job and not, focusing on the back end and the infrastructure of the business. Tell me a little bit about your background in contracting. You ran a heating and plumbing, I'm thinking, air conditioning business up in Michigan. Tell me how you developed that business, and your accomplishments are featured in the Hardware Age magazine. Tell me a little bit about running the back end and how Wise Business Advisors is there to assist contractors also with the support, while they're out there doing the work.
Well, it was really the beginning of my entrepreneurial career. Was in the plumbing and heating and air conditioning business. We had a great little service business, but over a period of 15 years after investment in people, process, products, and policies, we grew that to you said 300%. It was actually 500% growth in 15 years. And the reason that I believe, one of the key reasons that we were so successful, is because the person that I was in partnership with, who was the main contractor of that business, always focused on the customer. No matter what we did, if we did it right or wrong, we always focused on our customer satisfaction. It was one of our key cornerstones to our success.
Now, what are some of the services Wise Business Advisors does? One of the complaints that we hear a lot about contractors not returning phone calls. They have no social media presence. Are these areas that you're able to assist contractors with?
Absolutely. And it really starts with just identifying some of the key gaps that they're experiencing in their business. So I always tell my contractors that, Angie's List built a nice little business off of the poor image of our industry. And we should take that as a great big poster sign that says, these are the things that we should be fixing and focusing on and building equity in our businesses versus allowing a third-party list to build a business off of our poor image and bad practices. So, for example, not returning phone calls is one of the key customer complaints and concerns for contractors. Not showing up on time, not providing enough detail in their estimates or their description of work, leaving messy job sites, not being professional in their approach, whether it be their image and how they dress, how their trucks are the appearance of their trucks, or their tools being orderly and organized on job sites. These are common complaints in the contractor space. So I work with them to identify what we know as key gaps, understand where their gaps might be, because not all contractors have gaps here. Many contractors are doing these things very well. And so working with them to understand where the gaps are and then developing plans, like a customer experience plan, that will help them set that culture, train their employees, establish key processes so that they are doing things that are a business process that is customer focused, making sure that their product strategies are based on reliable, high-quality products with good warranties, and they're working with good suppliers, and then implementing policies in their business that will allow them to close these gaps. And when I say implement, I'm actually talking about a plan that is established with goals, action steps, and then also being able to manage and monitor those for the overall success of the company.
Right.
So that's a key thing that I do. I look at plans and help them develop a plan that's strong, that moves them forward in the progression of their business.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit more about these plans when we come back up from the break, but if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Lynn Wise of Wise Business Advisors. Learn more about her over at wisebusinessadvisors.com. And again, you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit accessreverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit accessreverse.com. NMLS number 4566. Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
This report is brought to you by Burger King. Right now, your favorite breakfast sandwich, the Croissant-wich, is just 2 for $4. Start the day your way with 2 flaky, light, buttery Croissant-wich breakfast sandwiches for $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center. crash on Armenia southbound just south of Columbus Drive at Beach Street. I'm seeing delays on Ehrlich westbound between Veterans and Gun Highway where the left lane is blocked. If you're on I-4, you're going to find westbound delays Alexander all the way into Branch Forms. We have an accident that's off on the shoulder. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
Today, a 70% rain chance with heavy downpours possible from mid-morning to mid-afternoon, high 82. Tonight, scattered rain, low 72. Tomorrow, a 50-50 chance of rain, high 84.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Keep in mind, you can find this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ. And this show, again, is all about business owners, entrepreneurs, political leaders, people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay community. So I invite you to learn more about the show over at tampabayradio.com. And if you're interested in making an appearance on the show, please feel free to contact me. I've got a lot of people reaching out to me. We've got the show booked up about a month ahead. And so please feel free to contact me. Best way to get me is just a direct email, jamie at tampabayradio.com. Or you can just head over to that website, tampabayradio.com, and click on the contact form, and that'll shoot me over a message as well. So keep in mind, catch the show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. And if you missed the show, we get this up on all the different social networking sites, including iTunes. If you're a podcast listener, just search for That Business Show over there. And all the replays are over at tampabayradio.com. They usually get posted within 24 to 48 hours. And on the site, you'll also see a link to the calendar for the upcoming guests, as well as the weekly guests that are coming up on the homepage as well. Currently talk with Lynn Wise, expert contributor to That Business Show and of Wise Business Advisors. Learn more at wisebusinessadvisors.com. And Lynn, on the first segment there, we're talking about customer loyalty month and the how you're able to assist contractors with that kind of that back end, the returning the phone calls, the infrastructure of the business that so many contractors seem to neglect. And one of the things that Wise Business Advisors is also assisting with is in the kind of the marketing plan and the back end of the website and the employee handbooks, things of that nature. Talk to me a little bit more about those services.
Yeah, let's talk about the marketing plan. That's a really good one, actually, Jamie. And, if you're in business, most business folks are really aware that this past 2 or 3 months has been a shift for some of their past marketing plans and digital marketing components of their plan based on some of the changes in Google. And so I'm a real advocate of my clients having what I call an integrated digital marketing plan, which is really looking at how their website is up to date, fresh look, they have original quality content, the integration of their website, meaning that it's reflective of their social media activity, which, by the way, if you're not doing social media today, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. And by the way, and I would also say that not all social media is on spot for all industries, but in the contractor space, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest are key areas of social media that we need to be focusing on, because the key decision maker for our projects are women. And guess where women are hanging out? They're hanging out on those areas. So having that ability to show your personality, your culture, your key aspects of your business, and engaging with your target audience through these venues is so important. Being able to have your local listings up to date. Search on Google. One of the key drivers of search is the ability to find you on local listings such as Yelp or Yahoo listings or Google Business. And then last and more importantly, and this is so simple and so easy to do and inexpensive, is setting yourself up so that you've got a regular touch point with your customers to build that conversation through email marketing. MailChimp is free for up to 2,000 contacts. Templates are easy to compile. So I work with my customers to develop that plan, implement that plan, and we manage and we monitor that plan, meaning that we're looking at the types of results we're getting. How do we tweak it to make sure that the right messages, the right content is getting to the audience? Are we achieving the results and goals that we are wishing for? And it's a process. This is a journey. But that's one of the key aspects that I'm working on right now with a lot of my clients, is just getting their website refreshed, current, and having original content. Many of my clients have websites. However, they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Right.
And many of them are going through this process where Google now is not recognizing them in the rank because they're not mobilely.
Yeah, Mobile-geddon,
Yes.
as we talked about a couple times on the show in the past week.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm just sorry.
Yeah. No, but that's a big thing. So one of the, it's easy to go to just Google, is my site mobile responsive? A couple of links will come up. You can put your website in, and even that little tool will tell you whether or not you've got a mobile responsive website. If you don't, you need to refresh your website and make it mobile responsive. And it might be a good time just to rethink your whole strategy, quite frankly.
Yeah,
so that's a signal.
Yeah, I put in my website last week, and it comes up needing some work and not mobile friendly. And so, and my site's pretty detailed. I got a lot of stuff up there, a lot of different components. Like, man, I don't want to start over at this thing again. So.
I know, but
it's definitely it's definitely on my to-do list. And but another way people can keep their content fresh is coming on the show and putting up a show video. I always all my shows are streamed live, as you know it, and I always tell the people that come in, get a video of yourself on the show and put that up on the website. That's just a great idea. A quick plug for the show as well. I know I send you over show videos of each of your appearances as well. So, but it's definitely a marketing tool that people can utilize if they're wanting to come in onto the show. Not fellow contractors, but other contractors out there in the community. So that's a way to put yourself up in the SEO. Videos are always show up well in search engines. So.
Actually, Jamie, that I have to, compliment you on that as being the organizer of the show and key driver of the show. That is one of the key reasons that I became a contributor, was the benefit of having that media available to me after I do the shows. I'm actually under a website review and revision as well, so I'm looking to really demonstrate my video, my audio exposure that I've had in the marketplace as well. And you're right, that is a key driver of SEO.
Yeah.
So, I would say to anyone that's out there listening that's a business, call and get a hold of Jamie and become a guest on his show.
Yep.
It's a great opportunity and great exposure for all the businesses in the greater Tampa area. I really applaud your efforts.
Well, thank you very much, Lynn. We got to cut you off there. We're about to hit the bottom of the hour, but that was Lynn Wise, regular contributor to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. And learn more at wisebusinessadvisors.com. We'll be back in a moment on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products: hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tile, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Make that happen.
Can you print business cards?
Staples can print business cards, brochures, banners.
Pens?
Pens, magnets, luggage tags.
Calendars?
Calendars, sticky notes, lawn signs, and window decals.
What about foam fingers?
What color? Red, yellow, blue.
You had me at yellow.
Make on budget happen, make getting noticed happen. Staples, make more happen. Now at Staples, get 40% off large banners, posters, and lawn signs.
Offer valid on all large banners, posters, and lawn signs in-store and online and 6/27/15. Discount applied before taxes. May not be combined with any other offer. See store staples.com/signs for details.
This report is brought to you by Burger King. Right now, your favorite breakfast sandwich, the croissant-wich, is just 2 for $4. Start the day your way with 2 flaky, light, buttery croissant-wich breakfast sandwiches for $4. Only at Burger King. Limited time only. Price and participation vary.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
With the rain, you can expect a lot of eastbound delays heading across the Bay Area bridges. Armenia Avenue southbound just south of Columbus Drive at Beach Street has a serious accident. Expect a lot of delays there as well. State Road 56 dealing with a wreck at the 75 entrance ramp, and Ehrlich westbound right between Veterans and Gun Highway has the left lane blocked. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
Winds Weather Center forecast will be rainy today. Expect some storms as well. Rain chance at 80%. Cloudy skies. The high today only getting up to about 80 degrees. Lows tonight, mid-70s. Impact Radio 1250 Winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Find the show on each and every morning at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ. And as always, learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Also at the website, you'll notice that I sell real estate. That's my other business in addition to being a radio show host. And on the site, you can search all the area property listings, and you can see all of my pre-listed properties on the homepage. There is a link to that. I specialize in the sale of bank-owned properties, and sold over, I think, about 1,400 properties now in 8 years. I'm a nationally ranked Coldwell Banker agent, number 4 last year, and that's amongst all Coldwell Banker agents. And so I got a deep inventory of properties, and just a lot of great information on real estate on that site as well. And if you're in the market to sell your home, there is a link on the homepage that says sell your home. Just click on that, and I will send you over a free home valuation as well. I oftentimes speak of the rise in values the Tampa Bay region has experienced in the last 2 to 3 years, roughly about 20% in the newer areas, mostly 1990 and newer homes. So if you've bought a new home in 2012 was our bottom of the market. So if you bought something in the new Tampa area, southeastern Hillsborough County, in those subdivisions, you might be surprised what your home is worth now. So feel free to send me a quick message to the site, or just click on the link Sell Your Home, and we'll get you over a free home valuation. And again, keep that site on your favorites list for both this show, That Business Show, as well as Tampa Bay area real estate as well. On the first half of the show, we were talking with Lynn Wise, founder and CEO of Wise Business Advisors. Lynn's a regular contributor to That Business Show. Learn more about her over at wisebusinessadvisors.com. And if you're in the contracting space and getting the job done but having a problem, keeping the back end in order, returning the phone calls timely, having a website that gets noticed, or just some problems with the infrastructure with your accounting, or the employee manuals and procedures and policies and all that type of stuff, that's what Lynn is here to help you with. And learn more over at wisebusinessadvisors.com, and reach out to her for any help you can that you need in that space. And she is an experienced contractor as well. Worked in the heating and plumbing and air conditioning business for many years up in Michigan. So she's well versed in that space. And learn more again, wisebusinessadvisors.com. The next guest for my show, Susan Mell, is currently a regional developer and multi-unit franchisee owner with the Entrepreneur's Source, a business and franchise coaching company. Her background includes 30 years of business ownership experience, and Susan has her master's in social work administration and is passionate about helping people achieve their dreams of self-employment. Susan, welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So this is a new topic for me. I wasn't familiar with the Entrepreneur's Source, or eSource. Talk to me about what this is.
Well, I appreciate that question, because I'm in a very unique space that I'm a franchisee owner, and my role as a franchise coach is to help clients discover franchise options they may not discover on their own. So what's unique about it is I'm not asking any of my clients to consider a business opportunity in franchising that I haven't considered myself. So I currently am a multi-unit owner. I own 8 franchises with the Entrepreneur Source, helping people for free to explore their options in self-employment and franchising. And the reason my services are free is if my client goes forward with the opportunity that I recommend, we do get paid by the franchisor, but the good news is it never gets added to their investment. And the value is to help clients narrow down. There's 4,000 franchises in 80 different industries, and help them narrow down to the ones that best meet their criteria, risk level, if you will, and investment range. And most importantly, helping them to discover options they wouldn't consider, because people tend to look at what they know and familiar with. That makes sense. So the value of a franchise coach is to help them look at opportunities that they wouldn't have considered, but would still help them to achieve their goals. And that was my experience as a client. I had a business before this for 17 years. I was in the wireless business, and I had 4 stores and 42 employees, and after 17 years, I sold the business and was looking at franchises partly to decide what I was going to do next, but I didn't really consider that I was going to be a franchisee. I thought it might just give me a good idea of what I wanted to do next. And here I am, 14 years later, owning 8 franchises and helping people in Tampa as well as throughout the country explore their options, and also help with financing as well.
Okay. Talk to me about some of the different business opportunities that are available right now in the Tampa Bay market in the franchising business, and also, more about, why different, potential business owners would utilize a coach in this space.
Well, both great questions, and I get that asked a lot about, what franchise. And what's interesting, I can name different franchises, and actually I promote different franchises, and when people respond to those promotions, when they start exploring them, they start looking at other things as well, so they can do a comparison and contrast. And it's interesting that 95% of my clients that go forward with a franchise go forward with something different than they initially were interested in, because that's our human nature, right, to look at what we know and what we like. But a couple of, I made some notes because I always anticipate that question. And
right.
Mobile storage and moving is very popular. We're a society of stuff and relocating or making changes in our life. So mobile storage and moving, we have a very unique concept that, as a matter of fact, the first mobile storage to ever go into Manhattan. No other mobile storage like pods, but it's different than pods, so they were able to get approval to go into Manhattan. Elder home service, obviously that's a big category. People wanting to stay in their homes, not wanting to go into assisted living facilities or nursing homes. One of the more popular ones that I've been working with is exterior commercial and residential restoration. Particular company works with national insurance companies when people have storm damage, and they come and get their storms, their roofs and their gutters and windows, and sort of ties into the previous presenter. But it's really become where people can get in that industry without experience and be able to have the processes and systems in place in the national accounts. And of course, sales businesses are a big category. I like to work with service-based businesses. I think that one of the biggest myths is that you have to spend a lot of money to make a lot of money, and that franchises are expensive. But service-based businesses are anywhere from $35,000, no more than $150,000. And I hope we'll get a chance to talk a little bit about a special financing program that's available for that. But sales business can be custom sign manufacturing, advertising, training. Children's services are really popular. Things like tutoring, fundraising for schools. Actually, we have a new franchise that's teaching babies to swim, which was very fascinating to me because I was wondering how they did it, and it was how do babies learn to swim, but before they even walk, so that's fascinating.
Does the Entrepreneur Source work with any of the national franchises, like a Subway or something like that, or is this strictly the lesser-known franchises or things like that? Tell me a little bit more about that. I'm trying to learn a little bit more.
Yes, absolutely. We work with brand names, companies. People think of food. Food is actually only 10% of all the franchises out there, but that's what we see and experience ourselves every day. So we think of that. Companies like Subway and McDonald's and Burger King, they don't need companies like ours. They have more inquiries than they can handle, and probably turning more people away than get awarded a franchise. But we do work with some name brands. One of the more popular ones that people are going to be surprised, but we work with Expedia Cruise Ship Centers, which actually sell more cruises and travel through their brick and mortar centers than they do off their website. So that's obviously a brand name people know. Amco Transmission is very popular, and Mako is another one, just to name a couple in automotive that people might be familiar with. But there are some that are national that have been around longer than Subway that we consider a brand name. But if you not needed their services, you wouldn't necessarily think of them. For example, what comes to mind is ServPro. They do the interior restoration when you have water or fire damage in your home. They're a national company, been around a long, long time, but you wouldn't know them unless you had that kind of a damage in your home.
And I want to circle back around to the cost to the client. You're saying that there is no cost to the client, am I correct? And you're getting paid, or the coach is getting paid by the franchisor or the franchisee, whichever ending I need to put on there. But talk to me a little bit more about the cost again.
I know it's hard to understand. I get that a lot. The free service, right? How can you be free? But we actually, our value is more of a referral source and to recommend and help narrow down the franchise that would be a good fit. And so we do get paid by the franchisor, and the reason it's added to their investment is we actually get a percentage of the franchise fee. But the franchise fee is the same whether they were to use our service or to find them on their own. Unless they're a veteran, then we also can assist with them getting a discount through the vet friend program, and that's the only time the franchise fee could be reduced. But yeah, there's actually no cost whatsoever. I know people don't believe it, like it's too good to be true, but it is real. And the reason behind it is that our clients that we're recommending to take a look at these different companies would not ever consider it on their own. So we're bringing them educated and qualified potential franchisees that would have never considered them without our services. So we create great value for the different companies that we recommend, and obviously they have to have very high success rates. And in my world, I like to see unique niches, how they can differentiate themselves in their market. But there's plenty of opportunity, and of course the economy is turning around, and that's making people feel more confident about getting into business.
Now, you had mentioned some special financing options available in one of the niche areas. Tell me about some of the financing options that are available in this space.
My favorite subject, because that's one of the things I like to talk about in the very first contact with a client, because I think that's one of their biggest concerns, and rightfully so. Up until last year, we didn't have a financing program outside some of the standard ones, which we'll talk about, for anything below $150,000. They came out with the SBA Express program, which is a government-backed program that guarantees for the banks if the loan defaults a certain percentage. But the SBA Express is up to $150,000, no collateral. It's basically based on your credit score has to be 680 or better, and it's a 10-year loan, and you can pay it off early with no prepayment penalty, and it only requires 11% down, and it will cover the franchise fee, the working capital you'll need for the first year, and a salary to pay yourself during the ramp-up time. And the interest rate is only 6%. And for something that's basically no collateral, technically unsecured, that's a pretty good program. Unfortunately, I haven't found any local banks that do it. We go through funding banks, and they're not located here in Tampa, but we help to identify those banks for our clients. But hopefully after today's radio show, maybe a couple bankers are listening. They'll pick up on the SBA Express program, because I think it's a great opportunity to not only for them to get business, but these businesses grow and then can qualify for more of the conventional loans as they become more successful.
Well, it definitely sounds like you're a great resource for information. A lot of information coming out here in just this short segment. I got to take a quick break, but coming back from the break, I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you coach potential business owners on whether or not business ownership is for them, and also some more business opportunities in and around the Tampa Bay region. We're talking with Susan Mell, regional developer with the Entrepreneur Source here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit accessreverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit accessreverse.com. NMLS number 4566. Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
This report is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Advance Auto Parts introduces Speed Perks Rewards Program. Spend $100 and get $20 off your next qualified purchase. No cards, no points, no nonsense. See details online at advanceautoparts.com.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
275 northbound, very heavy as you approach the pier, heading all the way to 54th Avenue North. I'm seeing delays also from the Howard Franklin up to Memorial Highway. Southbound is slow from Fletcher into Sly and I-4 into Howard, Armenia. Look out for delays for a crash on State Road 56 at the 75 southbound entrance ramp and Bryan Dairy Road just west of Starkey and Largo. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
Today, a 70% rain chance with heavy downpours possible from mid-morning to mid-afternoon, high 82. Tonight, scattered rain, low 72. Tomorrow, a 50-50 chance of rain, high 84.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Again, I'm battling a cold here, so I'm wanting to cough here, and it's throwing off my flow. So if I sound a little different this morning, that's why. So please forgive me. Having a little bit of a rough morning. Hopefully I'll get better throughout the day, and hopefully back in here again tomorrow as well. Again, you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. Keep in mind you can find the show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, and also learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Currently talking with us Susan Mell. She is a regional developer with the Entrepreneur Source. And on the last segment, Susan, we were talking about some different business opportunities in the area and the ways people can utilize your services as a coach to get into the franchise business. But a key area of concern is whether or not business ownership is right for people. Talk to me a little bit about how you assist people and some tips and tools that you can give people to let them know if business ownership is even right for them.
Well, that's the big key. I think we believe that 75% of people want to be self-employed, but only 5% are ready, willing, and able. So part of our free educational experience is to help not only those 5% that are interested, but also that 70% to provide them a safe space so they can gather the information and actually not make any decisions, just to be open-minded and willing to learn new things. And as you get more information, it'll either draw you forward towards considering self-employment, and of course with franchising, they provide the initial and ongoing training and the support system, and already have a business model that works, so you're basically learning how to, what to do and how to implement it. So it's more of a comfortable way to get into business for many people. For me, after being a business owner for 17 years and then becoming a franchisee, it allowed me to change industries, which is very difficult to do. Most people, if you start a business, it's usually something that you've done before for somebody else, or you're familiar with it. But in my case, I wanted to get out of communication, so franchising allowed me to get into a different industry. But it allows people to be able to learn all about it, to be able to talk to the franchisees, to learn what it takes to be successful, how to get customers, and what you need to do to create your own unique niche in your own business and carve out your space. And what's interesting is that a lot of people want to go nationally. And of course, I work with clients all over the country, not just here in Tampa Bay. But a lot of the franchises allow people to stay locally. So a lot of my clients have been traveling a lot for their jobs, like the fact that they get to stay locally and develop and relationships within the community. And one thing I want to be sure to discuss in talking about business ownership, no matter what age you are, there's facts that were derived from the U.S. Department of Labor and Kauffman Foundation report on youth entrepreneurship that might surprise your listeners about millennials in business. Because when I heard these statistics, it surprised me. So, what's a good age to start a business? Well, maybe this will answer the question. 54% of the nation's millennials either want to start a business or already have started one. 54%.
Wow, that's surprising, yes.
And what the next statistic is the most surprising, 68.6% of the teenagers interviewed wanted to become entrepreneurs. Now, I wonder if that had anything to do with Zuckerberg and Facebook, but I think that's fascinating. That I know when I was in high school, I wasn't thinking about owning my own business, and now that almost 69% of teenagers, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I believe we're in a kind of an entrepreneurial shift. I say a revolution sometimes, but I definitely have noticed over the last 10 years more of a demand for people to be just their own boss. I don't know what you have experienced. I mean, what do you think of when I say that?
Well, what's happening, if some of the people are being forced to a certain extent, we call it the new career economy. People are aging out of the job market, and unfortunately, if you're 50 or older, and you don't want to relocate, or even if you're willing to relocate, sometimes you've got too much experience. My clients tell me they've been overly, well compensated. These companies don't want to match their compensation. But when you're 50 and older, you start aging out of the job market, and I feel that retiring now at 65, for many people, they don't want to do that. I mean, my father's 88 years old, still working part-time, so retiring at 65 is 23 years of unemployment. How do you save enough money to retire that long, and what would you do with your time? So many people are looking at starting a business for something to do, but as well as to help finance our longevity, because if my dad's 88, I probably live to be in my 90s, so it's going to take a lot of money to continue to live the lifestyle that many of us wanted to continue to live. But I think most importantly, my main goal in helping clients is to help them find something that they would enjoy doing every day, that they can be excited about. Then I feel that people say, well, I'll work as long as I enjoy what I'm doing, and I think that's really key.
Now, how do your services work? Is this a weekly consultation? Do you meet over the phone? How do the meetings transpire?
Well, if they're locally, I meet them in person. Since I work with clients all over the country, a lot of us are used to, conference calls and phone meetings. I use Skype as well. But yes, I work with them each week. We take one step at a time, start with 3 different industries and 3 different business models with 3 different investment ranges, so they can do a comparison and contrast. Sometimes call it going on 3 blind dates and then deciding if you want to go on a second date or not. But we have a weekly call and review what they've discovered and what they liked about what they're hearing, and helping them develop their criteria, as well as help them discover what I call priceless possibilities. What other opportunities that might provide them that they hadn't considered? And lifestyle is a big key. But I want to share with you that the 3 reasons to own a business, and many people are surprised by that, but by what I'm going to share with you. But the first one is really to grow a business where you have something you can sell, an appreciating asset. That's not important to a lot of people, but when you start thinking through that process, as well as, do you want to have your children involved? Do you want to leave a legacy? You know, what are some of your goals besides what is the business? What will it look like 5 or 10 years from now when you go to sell it? What do you want to achieve there? The second is lifestyle. I feel if you're working all the time and you don't have time to be with your family and friends, I don't know if that would be considered a successful business in my eyes. I think you can have that work-life balance, and a lot of people are considering, wanting that because they've worked so much in their corporate positions. And the third is the money. I think a lot of people feel that the money is important, but if you don't have the first 2, it's not necessarily going to make you happy, because money, I've talked to a lot of clients who have corporate positions making a lot of money, and they're not happy because they're missing the other 2 pieces.
Well, hey, great interview. Susan, I got to wrap it up, but what's the best way people can get in touch with you for some more information in this space?
Thank you so much for asking. My phone number is 813-862-0218. Again, that's 813-862-0218, and my website is www.franchisematch.com/SAMELL.
Okay, and we got that up on. Thank you, Susan, and we got that up on the streamcast on the video. So if you're watching us online, you'll see all that information on her show card, and we'll get that up on the show recap as well over at TampaBayRadio.com. And again, thanks to Susan for taking some time out of her morning to talk to us. You've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, and keep in mind you'll find this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ. So please tune in each and every morning to That Business Show and learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you back in here tomorrow morning on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.